Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to what I'm very creatively calling English class with Phil. You can call me Coon Phil, Teacher Phil, Crew Phil, Phil, or Philip, whatever you prefer. But welcome again, and sorry I was a little late. I'm still getting used to this platform, so it took me a little while to get my presentation up. But in any case, I'm very happy to be here. I understand many of you have been learning with teacher Melissa, and I think Melissa is a wonderful teacher. I've been watching some of her classes, and I hope to continue some of the things she has already been talking to you about while doing some new things. So I say English class, but today we are actually going to focus on pronunciation. That is English pronunciation, of course. And because I am from America, I am probably going to teach you how to pronounce more or less like an American. So if you have heard things different, that doesn't mean it is incorrect, maybe just different from how I pronounce things. But as you see, so today I will introduce myself again, even though I think everyone here already knows me. And then the agenda for today is pronunciation. And to learn about pronunciation, we are going to learn some English jokes. We are going to study intonation. What is intonation? Intonation is like tones. So just like Thai has four tones, English doesn't have official tones, but the way we change the tone of how we speak changes the meaning of the words. So we are going to look at what is intonation today. We are going to look at sentence stress, which is very similar to intonation, but is more about what words you emphasize, not how you emphasize the words themselves. So I'll explain what intonation and stress is. We will do some group exercise, and then we will look at idioms. What's an idiom? I talked a little bit last week, if you were in my Halloween lesson, about idioms. Idioms are English phrases where, when the words are combined, they mean something very different. So I hope you get some new vocabulary and some new ways to pronounce the English language when you are in class with me today. So class is from 1:30 until 4:30. We will take two breaks, one around 2:30 and one around 3:30. If you ever have any questions, please let me know in the chat. I will try to always read your comments and questions. Please also feel free to join the stream and speak with me directly. So that way we can have group conversation. Good afternoon, Renee. Good to see you again. Thank you for being here. And since this is a pronunciation class, if I pronounce any of your names incorrectly, you can teach me how to say the name correctly. And I would very much appreciate it. Okay, this you all know, so I'm going to keep moving forward. You've heard about me, where I am from. If you have questions about this, you can always ask. Questions for teachers that you can ask me anytime if you are curious about learning more about America or about me in general. I'm always happy to talk about myself. So ask a question anytime. And please tell me about yourself. I am always curious to meet new people, especially new people living in Thailand, because I also live in Thailand and I want to get to know more people who live here and learn from all of you. So, at any time, if you would like to introduce yourself, that can be the pronunciation practice. Pronunciation is difficult. Very difficult. I think Thai pronunciation is difficult. Speaking in Thai is difficult for a foreigner, and same for Thai people. Pronouncing English is difficult. So I want to remember that, and hopefully, there's no pressure, uh, no pressure in practicing today. So I have one video to that I want to share with all of you. Stop sharing. And please, again, be patient with me as I figure all this out. I'm not so good at StreamYard. But I'm going to show a video that is just, it demonstrates that many people struggle with pronunciation. So this video is more for fun. It's only 4 minutes long. We will do this, and then we will start doing our first lesson together. Okay. I'm getting better. So this is a man who has hired a coach to teach him to speak with an American accent. He is French, but he wants to speak like an American, and he finds it very difficult. So this is the clip.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like
Uh-oh.
I would like.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would
Give it one more moment. Otherwise, maybe my internet is not good for streaming and video. Okay, now we are going to have a quick commercial.
ใหม่ Oppo Find N3 Flip พับกับกล้องที่ดีกว่า
Sorry, everyone. This was working just a minute ago.
รับส่วนลดสูงสุด 15,000 บาท
Okay, well, I will just let it load and we will come back to the video. So let me bring back the PowerPoint presentation, please, and we'll just continue with the lesson for now. Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties. I'll get better at this in just a minute. In the meantime, okay. Share. Okay. Sorry for that delay. So, pronunciation is difficult. Like I was saying, I was going to show a video demonstrating how difficult it can be, but the video is not working right now. That's okay. Here is an example of how just reading and pronouncing correctly can be difficult. So, you all know what a GIF is. I pronounce it GIF. Some people pronounce it GIF. So we say, if you can put an end to this GIF pronunciation debate, I'll give you a gift of gin. You see, so gift, G, is pronounced differently depending on the spelling. That is the joke. It is not the funniest joke, but it's still a joke. The other thing you can say is no, it's a G as in garage. Garage, where you have g, but then later you have je for G, garage. So when reading, it can be particularly difficult to understand pronunciation. But when just speaking simple words, a simple word like Peter or Piper, it can become very difficult. So now you have what we call tongue twisters. If you remember last week, I taught you all a few different tongue twisters, and we will review them today. But for example, here is a new one. It is called Peter Piper. Peter Piper pecked. I already said it wrong. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Can you try? So I'll say it one more time, and then I'll give you another second to practice yourself. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? This doesn't really mean anything. Tongue twisters don't have any meaning other than that they're very difficult to say. And then it can be fun to see how quickly you can say it. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, can't do it. So I tried, but it gets even me. And if you are a non-native English speaker, these can be especially difficult. Here is the one from last week. It's a little shorter, a little simpler, but it's still quite difficult. She sells seashells by the seashore. Seashells. She sells seashells by the seashore. One second. Okay, everyone. Sorry about the delay. And then, yeah, so I will come back to this. This is simple present. Second. First, I'm going to try the video one more time, and then we're going to move on.
Hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
No, it's still not working. Okay, well, then we will move on to talk about stress.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
Okay, sorry, everyone. It's a fun video, but it's not going to work this time. So, like I said, we do have many different group activities to do today. So I'm going to keep moving forward because we have a lot to do. Share. Okay. So I want to go over a couple of basics first. So maybe this is new to you, maybe it is review. But throughout the lesson today, this is language I'm going to be using a lot. So I want to make sure you all know what I'm talking about. For one, there's the conjunctions, right? So in importance in pronouncing things that we understand what we're actually talking about. So for the words I am, or you are, or he is, we use conjunctions, right? For simple presence nouns. So instead of I am, we say I'm. Instead of you are, we say you're. He is, he's. They are, they're. She is, she's. That is, that's. We're going to do more exercises about this that are a little bit more complicated later. But right now, I just want to clarify that because you are going to hear me use this language quite often in this lesson. And again, I know this is probably review. Many of you are very good English speakers, but you will hear me talking about vowels and consonants when it comes to proper pronunciation. So I just want to make sure we all know what I'm talking about when I talk about this. So vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Consonants are all of the other letters. So as you'll see, vowel words that start with vowels are like the word eat, whereas consonants are ones that, well, there are many. But I just want to make sure we all understand this. Okay. Like I said, today, the first thing we are going to talk about is stress. So I have here speak like a pro with stress and intonation. So what are stress and intonation? Well, that's what we're going to learn about today. So stress is the way that a word or syllable is pronounced with greater force than other words in the same sentence or other syllables in the same word. Syllables, don't worry about what a syllable is right now. That's a little bit too complicated. But stress basically just means what words do we emphasize in a sentence. So, to give example, we usually put stress on the most important words in a sentence. So here I'm going to read this sentence with no stress. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. See, no stress on any word. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. Here is how we typically stress important words when we speak English. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. So you see the word cup, built, friend, words we consider important, we put more stress on. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. Can you hear the stress? So now the way we are going to practice this is I'm going to have the important words start to disappear. That is why I have a ghost there, right? It's not a Thai ghost. Don't worry. It is not very scary. This is an American ghost. And I think American ghosts are not that scary. So it's okay. So that's why I call it the disappearing sentence. And this will help us practice to use stress. Okay, so one more time, no stress. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. And now with stress. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. You see? And then again, we're going to add more stress. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. All right, so let's try one more time. The cup was built by my friend Sue, who leaves her shop open for children. Do a new sentence. No tone or no stress. She challenged the boy to jump over the chilly pool. She challenged the boy to jump over the chilly pool. Now with stress. She challenged the boy to jump over the chilly pool. She challenged the boy to jump over the chilly pool. Okay. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions, or would anyone like to join the session to practice with me? Palin, yeah, sure. Please, if you could share the Pink Panther clip, that would be great. So that's stress, and we're going to do an exercise on that. But I think first it'd be good if we could watch the video. So I will send you the link. I think you will need that. So our friend will share the video now. Thank you, Kunap. I see it. Okay. Can you play then, or should it be me?
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
No. Let's break it down. I
I
would
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 weird
would
weird
would
would
like
like
to
toi
to
toi
to
toi
buy
be
buy
be
buy
be
a
a
hamburger
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 ham
burger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
It's not hamburger, hamburger.
I'm not saying hamburger. I said I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy the hamburger.
Hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
Maybe we should stop.
We don't quit. We do not quit. Again.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a
I
hamburger.
would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy the burger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 Okay, thank you, Kun Amp, for sharing the screen. Yeah, that video just for fun and to show you a lot of people struggle when it comes to pronunciation and accents. So if you think you're pronouncing a word wrong, don't worry, you're not. You're probably much better than you think you are. So now back to the main lesson. We are going to go back to stress. Sorry, 1 second, please. Sorry, everyone. Give me just 1 second as I find. Here it is. Okay. Okay. So again, I want to talk a little bit more about stress because this is something that most Americans, we very much take this for granted. We don't think about stress. We actually aren't taught in a classroom about sentence stress. But it's actually an important part of how we communicate and how we communicate the true meaning of our words. So I am going to read each sentence with no stress. I then will stop speaking for 5 seconds to let you say the sentence, stressing the words you think are important. Then I will say it one more time with stress. You'll see here there are marks over the important words. We will come back and look at what are the correct marks for each of these sentences when I am done. Okay. The boys are playing video game. The boys are playing a video game. My computer is broken. My computer is broken. Where are you going after class? Where are you going after class? She doesn't like cake. She doesn't like cake. They've been writing the test for a long time. They've been writing the test for a long time. Do you prefer coffee or tea? Do you prefer coffee or tea? What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? My brother wants to buy a red car. My brother wants to buy a red car. Are they going to come to the party? Are they going to come to the party? So you see, for example, there, if you want to really communicate that you don't like those people, you wouldn't say, are they going to go to the party? You would say, are they going to go to the party? Similarly, so here's the sentence no tone. Number 10. He is a dog, not a cat. If someone said to you, he said to me that he is a cat, not a dog, but you heard what they said, you would say he said he has a dog, not a cat. Because you're emphasizing, no, this is what he really said. So you would say, he said he has a dog, not a cat. Okay? So again, we see here the answers. The boys are playing a video game. I won't go through all of them, but I'll give you a moment to look and reflect on this. And while you do that, I'm going to check to see if we have any new comments. Sorry, I don't always see the comments. But of course, we have Kun Ampere and Venerable Napan. So they will be able to help us. If you have any questions or would like to speak, please always say in the comments. I might not see it, but someone else will. Yeah. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay, so that is stress. That is stress. And I remember I said we were going to go over stress and intonation. And we will go over intonation. Intonation is actually even more important than stress. So it's important that we talk about both of them, intonation and stress. And we will, but it's a lot. So I'm going to do some other exercises with us now. And then we will come back after our first break in a little while to talk about intonation. So now I would like us to work on a worksheet together. So please hold on while I share my screen again. Okay, so these are idioms. Remember, I told you I was going to teach you all about idioms again. So, bucket list. You know what a bucket is? A bucket is what you carry water, use to carry water maybe, or other things. So if someone says, do you have a bucket list? Okay, just wanted to make sure I'm sharing properly. Do you have Do you have a bucket list? That is a group of items that someone dreams of doing before their death. So if you say, I have not traveled to Paris, but it's on my bucket list. It means it's on my list of things to do in my lifetime. Have a blast. I had a blast. Means to have a great time. Did you have fun at the party last night? I had a blast. Long lost friend is a friend you haven't seen or spoken to in a long time. They are a long lost friend. Track someone down means to work hard to find someone, and to swap means to exchange one for another. So keep these in mind because we are going to keep using these. And then we will use them in sentences, and let's think about how we will use stress. Okay, what does it mean if I say I'm broke? Maybe you know broke as in to break something, but what does it mean if I say I'm broke? It means I have no money. I'm broke. I got no money. Dirt cheap is very inexpensive. Dirt cheap is very inexpensive. In no time is quickly or soon. And pricey is costly or expensive. Okay, so we have pricey, in no time, broke, and dirt cheap. That is along with our previous phrases of track someone down, long lost friend, swap, bucket list, and have a blast. Okay, so with that in mind, let's go to the dialogue. All right, I'm going to play it and then I will scroll as it goes along. So please just listen and also pay attention to how they use stress. If you cannot hear, please say so in the chat.
Lesson 1. Long lost friend.
Hello?
Eugene, it's Carlos, your long-lost friend.
Carlos from Brazil? How did you track me down?
We swapped numbers at language school, remember?
Oh yeah, we sure had a blast in Vancouver.
I'm studying English again, in New York this time.
The Big Apple? That's on my bucket list.
I know, that's why I'm calling.
You want me to come to New York? It's a long way from Korea.
At least think about it. I need a roommate.
But New York is so pricey. I'll be broke in no time.
No way. The rent is dirt cheap, and the school is just a block away.
This sounds too good to be true. Let me sleep on it.
Okay, there's a lot of really good phrases, a lot of really good idioms in this conversation. So if you say, no way, that can mean, no, I'm not going to do that. If someone says, will you give me $1 million? You can say, no way, no way. Or you can say, I don't believe you, or you're wrong. So like, I'll be broke in New York in no time. New York is so pricey. No way. It means like you're totally wrong. No way. Yeah, so the other ones, this sounds too good to be true, means you think they aren't telling you the full truth. A lot of very good phrases to be aware of. We aren't going to do story scramble or comprehension because I don't think we have time. So I'm going to move ahead to the next round of vocabulary. Thank you all, Venerable Napan, Nina Ja. Thank you everyone for your comments. Yes, please provide the translations to Thai. And if any other phrases don't make sense, please let me know. Okay, so this is a review. The movie tickets were broke, pricey, or long lost friends. The movie tickets were pricey. Pricey means expensive. So I went to go see Oppenheimer in the IMAX theater at Icon Siam. Icon Siam is a very fancy mall, and the IMAX theater was very expensive. So when I went, I said, man, the movie tickets are pricey. I tracked down my first roommate on Facebook. I broke my first roommate. I swapped my first roommate. Anyone have a guess? What is this one? Any guess? It is I tracked down my first roommate on Facebook. Tracked down, again, just means to look for and find. Let's swap email addresses before we go. Swap means to trade or to exchange. Let's exchange email addresses. Let's give each other email addresses. Let's swap. My sister had a blast at the concert. I'll go broke if I buy a new car. It means I won't have any money left. I'll go broke if I buy a new car. The flowers are dirt cheap at this shop. Dirt cheap. So, you know, dirt is like what flowers grow in, coincidentally. Dirt is the earth. You're saying the flowers are dirt cheap at this shop. Okay, I'm going to move quickly because we got a lot to do before our first break still. Okay. Dirty, dirt cheap, pricey, dirty. We don't have to. Okay. Dirty doesn't belong because dirt cheap means very inexpensive and pricey means expensive. Dirty is just means dirty. Sakablo, right? Dirty. Which word or phrase does not belong? Exchange, track someone down, swap. Track someone down. Exchange and swap mean the same thing. Track someone down means something different. Which word or phrase does not belong? Have a blast, have a good time, had a bad time. Ignore this problem. Make a decision. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Make a decision. Ignore the problem. Sleep on it means that you think about it and then make a decision. In no time, very quickly, very slowly. Very quickly means the same as in no time. In no time at all means very quickly. Broke, having no money mean the same thing. Having no talent does not mean the same thing. Bucket list, list of regrets, list of fun things to do, and bucket list are the same thing. Okay. That is all for that assignment. And then we are going to do one more thing. Before we take a break, we are going to go over sh and ch. So this is a lot. Pronunciation can mean a lot of different things. So give me 1 second, please. Real quick, I just want to check, how is everyone feeling? Tired? Excited? happy, sad, sleepy, excited for the weekend, tired after a long week of work, hungry, full. Okay, hope everyone's doing good and hanging in there. Thank you for paying attention so far. I am bringing up the presentation now. Okay, so that was the textbook. It's not textbook time. So again, now we are going to talk about sh and ch. So that is ch, or sorry, ch in the middle here and sh sounds. So sh is like the librarian. It's like a person at a library. Chama. It's someone who is always going to tell you to be quiet. They are going to go shh. That is sh. Shh. Then there is ch, which is to chop, like a chef. Chop, 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 chop. So the key difference is shh. You can say for a long time. You can say it as long as possible. Shh. Ch, you can only say quickly. Ch, ch, ch. So when you are pronouncing sh, your tongue does not touch the roof of your mouth. You make a circular shape with your lips, and then you blow air out continuously. Shh. Ch, your tongue touches the roof of your mouth, and you push the air out quickly. Ch, ch. So here are some words ending in sh. Shark, sheep, shout, shelf, sunshine, brush, English, splash, cheese, chicken. Oh, sorry. Now we move to ch. So that was sh, splash. Then you have ch, cheese, chicken, children, chat, church, bench, lunch, march. So now you can compare the two with this chart here. Chop, shop. Chop, shop. Choose, shoes. Choose, shoes. Chip, ship. Chip, ship. Cheese, cheese. Cheese, she's. Chore, shore. Chore, shore. Match, mash. Match, mash. Watch, wash. Watch, wash. Ditch, dish. Ditch, dish. Okay, so to review, SH is the long sound. You push air through the mouth. Show, fashion, fish. It can also be spelled different ways, like delicious, attention, anxious. I'm just reading the comment. Tongue equals lin. I think that's no. Okay, lin. And then, sorry, back to the presentation. CH is short sound, strong puff of air. Check. Teacher. Catch. And it can be spelled with a T sometimes. Culture. Question. Righteous. Does anyone want to join the stream and practice speaking with me? Or is there anything you would like me to repeat? Think no? Okay, we're okay. We'll move on. Okay. Here are some other examples. Can anyone join in to say what the two pictures mean? Each one? What is this? What is this? You can type, or if you would like to speak, you can join the live stream and do so as well. We have ship, chip, chair, share, chair, share, watch, wash, chin, shin. And remember, we were doing tongue twisters. I shared this one with you last week. Here it is again. Shy, Charlie, Shelly, checked, Chuck's shoe shop. Shy, Charlie, Shelly, checked, Chuck's shoe shop. Okay, and here are some random SH words for you. Shantytown. A shantytown is a town of poor people. Shack is a roughly built house. Shack. So there are a lot of shacks in that shanty town. And one more tongue twister. If Charlie choose shoes, should Charlie choose the shoes he choose? One second. I will read that again. Please practice on your own. I'm going to send the link for the next video to Kun Palin. Sorry, everyone, give me 1 second, please. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay. Anyways, I hope you practice this tongue twister one more time. If Charlie choose shoes, should Charlie choose the shoes he choose? Okay. We will come back to s and sh later. Now I am going to try and show you one video before we go on break. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. She explains it very well. Kun Palin, I can't. I'm gonna give this one attempt. We'll see. I would share this with you, Kun Palin, but you have to sign in, so I do not think I can share.
Ellie.
Okay, never mind. I will do one more worksheet with you then now, and then we will go on break. I promise. So we're gonna have a break soon, but we're gonna do one more exercise around SH. So 1 second. Oh no. Sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to share that again. Very sorry. 1 second. Okay. Okay, so for SH pronunciation, this is the review. We don't have time for that. Okay. Shirt,
Shirt.
shorts, shoes, shark, sheep, fish, shy, sunshine, shed tear,
Emotion.
emotion,
Musician.
musician, wash, dish, cash, fish, brush, dictionary. Okay, so you all know this. We don't have to do that. That is SH, and then ch, and then we go on break, I promise. One second. Okay, pronouncing CH. Chin, chair, cheese, church, chocolate,
Teacher.
teacher, of course, ketchup, kitchen,
Picture.
of course, picture, furniture, watch, catch, beach, couch,
French.
French. All right, let's see. This video is very helpful. I'm going to see if we can watch this one. And if not, that's okay. We'll go on break. We'll give this one try before going.
Ellie.
Okay, not going to work. So it is exactly 2:30. It is exactly time for break. Thank you all for your patience. We will take a 10-minute break. Pak Sipnati Kap. Klap Ma Lien Don Song by Sisip Kap. Okay, so we will come back at 2:40. See you all very soon. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We will get started in just a second because I think it is time. All right. I'm guessing everyone is back. Let's get right back into pronunciation of SH and CH. So we are almost done with both. So now we are going to look at the difference between SH and S before we move on to one more idiom exercise, and then we will talk about intonation. And I think intonation is the most important part of our lesson, our class today. So first we are going to go over some other things. Let me bring up my screen again. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. So, as said, we did CH, we did ch, we did SH, sh. So, now we are going to look at sh and the regular S sound, s. So, sh, s. And here are a bunch of examples. So, please repeat after me. She, see, shall, sell, shoe, sue, dish, dis, mashed, mast, save, shave. She, see, shall, sell, shoe, sue, dish, dis, mashed, mast, save, shave. So think back to the tongue twister I showed you earlier today and last week. Remember? Susie sells seashells down by the seashore. She sells seashells down by the seashore. That is S and SH. So we're going to do one more exercise. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen anymore? Sorry if I was not properly sharing the screen during that. But here, I will bring up the correct thing now. Okay, one more pronunciation activity. Okay, sorry everyone, just getting it organized.
Sun.
Sun.
Sea.
City.
City.
Snake. School. Pencil. Strong.
Dresser.
Dresser. Bicycle. Baseball. Bus. Smile. Horse. Dress. And grapes. So, do one more quick exercise here. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Okay. So I think that's all we need to do on S and SH. Yes. So now I will bring up our next section, which is. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, right. Well, then we have one more exercise. Sorry, everyone. So now let me bring up the next worksheet. Present. Okay, more idioms. You remember what an idiom is? First, we will do some vocabulary. So, safe and sound. What does it mean to be safe and sound? Safe, without injury. So, even though the plane crashed, I survived safe and sound. Show someone around means to give someone a tour. Hi, welcome to my new house. Let me show you around. Worried sick means you are very worried. Get a hold of means to reach someone for communication purposes. Okay, mean, to die for. Is to get something that has very good value or quality. To die for. So that shirt is to die for. Means it is an amazing shirt. What is a worry wart? What a worry wart? You're a worry wart. Is a person who worries about everything. Stop being such a worry wart. I'm so sorry. I had not added this to the stage yet. So just to go back, this was the vocabulary for the first time. Get a hold of, worried sick, very worried, safe and sound, show someone around, to give someone a tour, and get a hold of. Sorry about that. I still sometimes struggle with the technology. And then, like we said, worry wart, someone who worries way too much. Stop being such a worry wart. Beat means you are very tired. So remember before I said if you are broke, you have no money. If you are beat, you are very tired. You can say, it's been a long day. I'm beat. Score means to get something that has very good value or quality. You scored. That was a score. You scored on buying that shirt. Means you got something that was very good quality. Sweet is delicious. To die for is awesome. And go figure means it's surprising and annoying. Like someone says to you, you are going to have to work an extra 2 hours tonight. You say, go figure. Go figure, of course. Okay. Now let's try the dialogue.
Lesson 4. Worried sick.
Eugene, you made it, finally.
Here I am, safe and sound.
Come in. Let me show you around.
First, I have to get a hold of my dad. He's a worrywart.
Of course. He must be worried sick.
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble tracking down my luggage. I'm beat.
I bet. Follow me. The phone is in the kitchen.
Go figure. You always have food on your mind, don't you?
New Yorkers do make a mean pizza, and the cheesecake is to die for.
This place is sweet, Carlos.
Tell me about it. I scored it from my cousin. She just went back to Brazil.
So this is the kitchen. Something tells me you don't have a dishwasher.
Okay. Excuse me for drinking. It's been a long day. So, because I am beat, I am drinking coffee. So, he must be worried sick. He must be very worried. Tracking down, remember from last time, means to find. I bet means I agree. I bet. I'm beat. I bet. I understand that you're tired. Go figure. It's like, oh, that's annoying. You always have food on your mind, means you're thinking about it. It's on your mind. New Yorkers do make a mean pizza. Mean means like, excuse me, mean means great, awesome. That is a mean piece of pizza. The cheesecake is to die for. It's so good. It's delicious. It's to die for. This place is sweet, Carlos. That means this place is awesome. Tell me about it. I scored it from my cousin. Means I got this really great thing. During break, I scored a cup of coffee. So this is the kitchen. Something tells me you don't have a dishwasher. Okay. My dad makes a mean steak on the barbecue. I've been working all week. I'm beat. Something tells me you didn't finish your homework. When you say something tells me, that's what you're saying is, I can tell, I see from the clues. The kids got home safe and sound. Don't tell grandma we're going hiking. She's a worrywart. Someone who worries too much. Get a hold of, contact, move away. To contact someone means you get a hold of them. So move away does not belong. Sweet and awesome mean the same thing. Mean and to die for both mean great. Give a tour and show someone around mean the same thing. I have a feeling means I think, and so does something tells me. Score something means to obtain something. These two mean the same thing. Okay. So, now, I am going to go back to the PowerPoint. One second, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Okay. La la la. Okay, intonation is how you use the pitch of your voice, the tone, to communicate. So you see over here on the right, you obviously know there is falling, rising, flat, and low tone in Thai, right? So I am learning how to speak Thai, but I still struggle with the tones. Well, in English, we actually also have tones. It's just we use tones differently. Tones express the emotion behind the sentence. It doesn't necessarily change the meaning of the word, but what is our genuine feeling behind the things that we say? For example, if you use a rising tone, that can be used to express a question. So, if you think you are supposed to go outside, but you are not sure, if you say in a flat tone, I will go outside, then that is just a statement. But in English, if you say it in a rising tone, it will be a question. I should go outside? See? Even though it's the same sentence, I should go outside. But if you say in rising tone in English, we think that is a question. I should go outside? Falling tones at the end of a sentence. Conversely, if you use a falling tone, it means it is the end of the sentence. But if you use rising tone in the middle of a sentence, it means it isn't finished yet. So, for a better example, I am very bad at using tones. I'm bad at using tones when I speak Thai, and I am bad at using tones actually when I speak English. So, I have a video that I want to show you that explains it very well. It's kind of a long video, but please be patient because I think this one is very valuable. Kun Palin, could you please share your screen now and share the video that I sent you in the link or in the chat? Kun Palin, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, if you could show the video. Otherwise, you know what? Everyone, my internet is working much better now. So I'm going to try and share it. All right. So again, everyone, this video is a little bit longer, but I'm going to show you the whole thing because I think it is very valuable. This video does an excellent job of explaining how important intonation is in English pronunciation.
I'm Kai. Welcome to Oxford Online English. In this lesson, you can learn about intonation in English.
How important is intonation? Let's see. Look at a sentence. Do you need some help? It's a simple question. But by changing the intonation, you can change the meaning completely.
For example, it can be a simple question. where you're really offering to help. Do you need some help?
It can be a rhetorical question where you don't really think the person needs help, but you want to be polite. Do you need some help?
It can show that you're annoyed with the person you're talking to. Do you need some help?
It can be sarcastic. Do you need some help?
It can show surprise that the other person might need your help. Do you need some help? There are other possibilities too.
You can see that intonation is a very powerful tool. Controlling your intonation is important for communication in spoken English. So, let's start at the very beginning. What actually is intonation? There are 7 possible intonation patterns in English. Rising, falling, rising, falling, falling, rising, flat, high, low. The most important are the first 4, rising, falling, and combinations of rising and falling tones. Flat tones, including high and low tones, aren't common and don't have many uses, so we won't talk about them today.
However, rising and falling tones can each have many different meanings. Keep this in mind. One intonation pattern does not mean one thing. The same intonation can have different meanings in different situations. Also, intonation is flexible. There are rules, but the rules are not 100% fixed. Different people speak in different styles. Let's practice. Here's a word. Let's try saying the word with different intonation patterns. Repeat after me. Rising. Where? Falling. Where? Rising, falling. Where? Falling, rising. Where?
Let's try one more time with 2 words. How many? Rising. How many? Falling. How many? Rising, falling. How many? Falling, rising. How many?
If you can pronounce these 4 intonation patterns, you can already do most of what you need in English. So, how do you use these intonation patterns? The most basic rule is that you use a falling tone to show the end of a sentence. For example, I live in Madrid. She's a lawyer. We might be a bit late.
You can use a rising tone to show that your sentence isn't finished yet. For example, I live in Madrid, but I was born in Canada. She's a lawyer, although she isn't working at the moment. We might be a bit late because I don't finish work until 7. That's the most basic rule. And it's important. If you don't use rising and falling tones in the right places, people won't understand whether you've finished speaking or not. However, there are many other ways to use these intonation patterns. Let's look at another.
ไปท่องเที่ยวพักผ่อนที่ดูไบแบบสบายกระเป๋า
Did you get some bread?
I thought you were going to get the bread.
How are we going to make sandwiches if we don't have any bread?
We can go to the bakery and buy some sandwiches there.
But I think the bakery is closed on Saturdays.
It's not Saturday today. It's Sunday.
Oh. Can you work out what was going on in that dialogue? After the first question, did you get some bread? You heard 5 sentences. Listen again if you need to. Can you hear the intonation? Before, you heard that you use falling intonation at the end of your sentence. But here, the pattern is often the opposite. I thought you were going to get the bread. Do you know why that is?
This is our second rule about intonation. You use a falling tone to show that information is new, and you use a rising tone for old information. In this sentence, the bread has already been mentioned, so it's old information, and you pronounce it with a rising tone. However, the word you gets a falling tone because this is the new idea in the sentence.
Let's look at the next example. How are we going to make sandwiches if we don't have any bread? Here, the idea is the same. The bread is old information, so you pronounce it with a rising tone. The sandwiches are new information. This is the first time anyone has talked about sandwiches. New information gets a falling tone. In the next sentence, which word is old information and which word is new information? Sandwiches are old information because we already mentioned them. So pronounce sandwiches with a rising tone. The bakery is new information because this is the first time anyone has mentioned it. So bakery has a falling tone.
In the last two sentences, the pattern is reversed, but the idea is the same. But I think the bakery is closed on Saturdays. It's not Saturday today, it's Sunday. In the first sentence, the bakery is now old information, so it gets a rising tone. The new information, with a falling tone, comes at the end of the sentence. You can see the same pattern in the second sentence. The old information, Saturday, comes first, and the new information, Sunday, is at the end of the sentence.
If you want more practice with this, go back to the dialogue. Pause after each sentence and repeat, trying to copy the intonation. Pay attention to the way intonation changes on the same word as it changes from new to old information. Different use of intonation. Questions. Where did you go for your vacation?
I went to Dubrovnik.
Is that in Croatia?
Yes, on the coast. Have you ever been?
No, never. Did you have a good time?
Very nice, though it's quite touristy.
You got back yesterday, right?
Yeah, late in the evening.
Are you feeling tired?
No, not too bad actually. In the dialogue, you heard 6 questions. 3 of them had rising tones, and 3 had falling tones. Do you know why the intonation is different in different questions?
Sometimes, when you're asking a question, you have no idea of the answer. You're asking a question to find out new information. In this case, the question has a falling tone. Where did you go for your vacation? Have you ever been? Did you have a good time? Sometimes, when you ask a question, you already have some idea of the answer. You're asking a question to check something or to confirm that your idea is right.
In this case, the question has a rising tone. Is that in Croatia? I think Dubrovnik is in Croatia, but I'm asking to make sure. You got back yesterday, right? I had an idea that you got back yesterday, and I'm confirming this with you. Are you feeling tired? You told me you got back late in the evening, so I guess you're tired. This means that the intonation of a question can change depending on the situation. If you use a falling tone, this becomes a question to find new information. This means you really have no idea whether Dubrovnik is in Croatia or not, and you want to know.
You can ask, where did you go for your vacation? If you ask this with a rising tone, it could suggest that you knew the answer before, and you just want a reminder. You're checking something you already knew. You're not asking for completely new information. Using this intonation will help you to sound more natural, but it doesn't change the meaning of the question. However, there are many other intonation patterns in questions which do have different meanings. Let's look.
We're using way too many platforms for work. We should just use Monday.com.
We're not using that many.
What a fantastic film! Wasn't it great?
Are you insane? It was the worst movie I've seen all year.
Why would you say that? It was amazing.
Forget it. It's 2 hours of my life I'm never getting back.
Why don't we get something to eat? Your pick.
How about we just go home? I'm pretty tired. Again, you heard many questions in the dialogue. Can you see what was different this time? Before we tell you, think about a question. What does a question do? Most likely, you thought, a question asks for information. That's sometimes true, but actually, you can use questions to communicate many other ideas.
In these cases, a question might not need an answer. For example, you can use questions to make a comment about something. Wasn't it great? You can use questions to criticize someone or disagree with them. Are you insane? You can use questions to make suggestions. Why don't we get something to eat?
Can you remember the intonation in these questions? To make a comment about something, use a falling tone. Why would you say that? Doesn't he look smart? Isn't it delicious? To criticize someone, use a rising tone. Have you lost your mind? Why would you do that? Are you really that stupid?
To make a suggestion, use a falling tone. How about we just go home? Why don't you call and ask what's happening? Remember that intonation is flexible, and that's especially true here. You can also make a suggestion with a rising tone. How about we just go home? Can you hear the difference? How do you think it changes the meaning?
The suggestion with the rising tone sounds more like a real question because it sounds more indirect and hesitant. The suggestion with the falling tone doesn't sound so much like a question. It sounds more confident and direct. This brings us to our last point. You can use intonation to express many different emotions.
There's one intonation pattern we haven't talked about yet, rising-falling intonation. You can use this to express different feelings, positive or negative. Look at one word. You can use a rising-falling tone to sound excited. Really? You can use it slightly differently to sound annoyed. Really? You can use it to sound surprised. Really?
Can you hear the difference between these three? Listen once more. Really? 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 You use a rising-falling tone each time, but in a slightly different way. To sound excited or surprised, you start and finish higher, but to sound annoyed, the tones are lower. Really? Really? To sound surprised, you often make the rising tone longer. Really?
You can also use other tones to express some emotions. For example, you can use a rising tone to express doubt. Really? You can use a falling tone to sound sarcastic. Really? Let's practice. You'll hear the same question with 5 different kinds of intonation. Which emotion am I expressing? Did you? Did you? Did you? Did you? Did you?
Okay, we hope you learned something useful about English intonation. We have a question for you. Is intonation in your language similar to English or not? Let us know in the comments because we're curious.
Remember that you can find more free English lessons.
Okay, thank you. I know that that was a long video, but I think it was a very helpful video to explain intonation much better than I can. So, do any of you have any thoughts? What do you think? Do you think intonation is the same in Thai? Do you use intonation, or is it very unique to English? Any thoughts? Okay, well, let's do a practice together and see how it can affect. So I'm going to bring this up again. Yes, Nina, I agree. It can tell what the emotion is. So remember, there was a question they asked. Let's say that we are again trying to ask how many. How many? How many? So let's say that you just said, I just bought 50 shirts. I just bought 50 shirts. If you wanted to express surprise, maybe you will say, how many? You will intone and put stress on how. How many? If they say, if you wanted to be sarcastic, where they won't even answer, it's just how many? How many? It's kind of like a rhetorical question. Same with the question where. If it's genuine, you might go where? Where? If it's annoyed, you will say where? Where? If it's surprised, you say where? Where? Like you can't believe it. You see? So intonation can be extremely important when expressing the meaning. Okay. Sorry, that is all for that. Sorry, everyone, give me 1 second. Having technical difficulties. Okay, so that is intonation. We are going to continue to practice stress and intonation, but first we are going to go back and do some other kinds of pronunciation exercises, now looking at C. So we've already looked at SH, sh, CH, ch, and S, s. So now we are going to look at C, k, or s. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, here it is. Okay. So remember I told you before, what are vowels and consonants? Well, vowels and consonants are especially important when considering how to pronounce the letter C. Will it be a hard C, like k, k, or a soft C, which is like s, s?
Hard and soft C. Rule number 1. When C is followed by E, I, or Y, the sound is soft. Listen and repeat. Ceiling, cell, cinema, decide, icy, recipe. Rule number 2. When C is followed by A, O, or U, the sound is hard. Cake, correct, cup, rescue, scared, unicorn. Rule number 3. When C is followed by a consonant, the pronunciation is hard. Class, crab, crosswalk, fact, quickly, uncle. Rule number 4. When there is a double C, the pronunciation is often hard. Broccoli, occupy, occur, raccoon, soccer, tobacco. Rule number 5. When a word ends in C or CK, the pronunciation is hard. Back, comic, knock, magic, sack, sick. Rule number 6. When a word ends in C plus E, the pronunciation is soft. Fence, ice, nice, office, race, voice.
Okay, thank you for your patience. I was using the voice recording just because I think sometimes maybe you get a little sick of just hearing from me. So let's do another one. One quick exercise to review. So you know now hard C and soft C. So this one, is it hard C or soft C? Hard C. Classroom. Cat, hard C. Icy, soft C. Rock, hard. Broccoli, hard. Office, soft. Cup, hard. Decision, soft. Ceiling, soft. Public, hard. Okay, so that is hard and soft C. Now, before we move on to the other, I think, very important lesson for today, we are going to do another idiom exercise. So, I wonder why my screen is not blurred anymore. Anyways, thank you all also for your patience for being here. We have already been here for 2 hours, believe it or not. So you all are such excellent students. When I have Thai class, I can only go for 2 hours maximum, and you will be here for 3 hours. That means you are amazing students. It is very impressive. Thank you so much for your patience and for still working with me. Thank you. So please be patient as I bring up the next screen. One more second, almost there. Okay, now we are going to talk about being a nervous wreck. What does it mean to be a nervous wreck? If you are a nervous wreck, you're just very nervous. You're sick with worry. Excuse me. Okay, a breeze means it is really easy. Can you take the test? Sure, the test will be a breeze. Just my luck is an expression used sarcastically to say that you are unlucky. I couldn't have said it better myself means that's exactly how I feel. Easy for you to say means you aren't the one with the problem. So if I am heartbroken and my friend who is already, how about this? If I have no money, if I am broke, remember the term broke? If I am broke and my friend is rich, and my rich friend says, don't be sad, you can just take a vacation, just go travel to a new country. But I'm broke, he's rich, so I'll say, easy for you to say. Easy for you to say, I don't have any money. And then jump to conclusions means to make assumptions. So if you hear, did you hear that Joe is in jail? So you hear someone say, Joe is in jail. And you say, oh, he must have done something terrible because he is in jail. Someone would say, maybe it is a mistake. He could be innocent. Do not jump to conclusions. Okay? Primrose, thank you for your comment. I'm glad you hear my voice clearly. Okay. If one mind goes, my mind has gone blank. My mind has gone blank. It means I can't remember anything. When I try and speak Thai, my mind goes blank. A nervous wreck is someone who is very worried. Pipe down. Hey, pipe down in there means be quiet. Pipe down. Here goes nothing means that is an expression used before trying something difficult or risky. So if you are about to jump down a waterfall, you can say, here goes nothing. And if you are toast, you are in big trouble. Okay, let's listen to the vocabulary in this dialogue.
Lesson 13. A nervous wreck.
All books away except English dictionaries.
Just my luck. I left my dictionary on the subway.
No worries, this test is going to be a breeze.
Easy for you to say, Eugene. You've been working like a dog.
Hey, just because I'm late every day doesn't mean I never hit the books.
Sorry, I'll try not to jump to conclusions.
Just try to think in English, buddy.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
But my mind goes blank when I hear the word test.
You're a nervous wreck, Carlos. Relax, it's no biggie.
Okay, pipe down, everyone.
Here goes nothing. Can we leave when we're done?
By all means, you're free to go as soon as you hand in your test.
Ah, there's that word again. Now I'm really toast.
Okay, good story. Great story. Rich and compelling. What does it mean? Just my luck. It means you are unlucky because he's unlucky because he doesn't have his dictionary. Oh, just my luck. No worries. No problem. My Ben Lai cop. No worries. The test is going to be a breeze. If it is a breeze, remember it is easy. This test is gonna be a breeze. Don't worry about it. Easy for you to say. You've been working like a dog. What does working like a dog mean? Working like a dog means you're working very hard. Hit the books. What does it mean if you hit the books? Hit the books means to study hard, to work like a dog at studying. You hit the books. Jump to conclusions, we know. Okay. Free to go means that you can leave. Free to go. All right, I think we got it. Let's do the quick review and then we will take a break. The interview is going to be a breeze. I bet I already have the job. My mind goes blank whenever I have to remember people's names. Pipe down. Quiet down. Be quiet. Pipe down. It's time to hit the books. Hit the books means to study. Why do you think Ella stole the money? Don't jump to conclusions. Don't assume. The meteorologist described today as a perfect day for a picnic. I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, and then the last review. This is a breeze and this is easy is the same. So this is cold, does not belong. I'm thinking too much because I forget things means the same as my mind goes blank. So I'm thinking too much does not belong. You're lucky does not belong because you're toast means you're doomed. You're not going to do good. You're doomed. You're toast. I'm lucky does not belong because just my luck means I'm not lucky. He's a bad driver does not belong with he's a nervous wreck and he's anxious. Okay, with that, do any of you have any questions or comments for me? Before we go on break, let me explain what we will do after the break. After the break, we will join here again and I will go over syllables, pronunciation of d and t, and more idioms. If there are any videos you want to see or anything else, please let me know. I'm happy to hear from you. We can do other activities when we come back from break. No? Okay. So with that, let's take one more 10-minute break. We will come back at 4:47. Okay? So I'll see you all in 10 minutes. I left my door open. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We'll get started in just 1 minute. Or less than 1 minute, but soon. Just giving everyone a second to come back. So this is Better Your English within 24 hours. This is now hour number 3 for our time together today. It's hour number 6 for me as a teacher. And Melissa has taught a lot more than me. So I think some of you are doing this more than 24 hours. But in any case, I hope you think your English is getting better. And if there's anything else I can do, anything else you want a lesson to be about, anything you want to learn about that I can teach, please let me know anytime. I always want to know other things to teach about and ways to improve. So your feedback is always welcome. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to learn about idioms. Down to earth. What does it mean to be down to earth? Sorry, I have to add this properly. Okay. Well, let's find out. Down to earth, like I said. Checking this is working. Down to earth means you are easygoing, not too serious. Venerable Napan is a very important person, but he is very down to earth. He is not too serious. He will talk to anyone. Down to earth. It's a good thing. Like the back of one's hand. So this, which one is it? This is the back of your hand. This is the front of your hand, back of the hand. Means you know something very well. I know you like I know the back of my hand. A bad rap means a negative reputation. Stay away from him. He's got a bad rap. Track down means to find with great effort. I'm going to track him down. We already learned this before. I think this is a repeat. Track down. And then get the hang of means to know how to do something after practice. After today's class, I think you will get the hang of English pronunciation. Chama. I found what we are looking for means bingo. Bingo. Found it. Bingo. I could use a hand means I need some help. Please, I could use a hand. Come help. Easier said than done. It sounds easy, but it's not. I get it means I understand. And here we go means you are exactly correct. Okay, so let's listen to the dialogue.
Lesson 14. Down to Earth.
Can I help you track something down?
Yes, I'm looking for a book on phrasal verbs.
Aha! You're studying English.
Yes, I'm getting the hang of it, but there are so many words.
You know, the best way to practice English is to get an English girlfriend.
Easier said than done.
Try joining a hiking or cycling group. You'll meet a girl in no time.
Huh, that's not a bad idea. You're awfully down to earth for a librarian.
Librarians get a bad rap.
I could still use a hand finding that book, though.
Oh, yes. Phrasal verbs. Here we go. Top shelf.
That was quick.
I know this section like the back of my hand.
You were an English student?
Bingo. Then I joined a hiking group and met my wife.
Aha, now I get it.
Okay. There is some good vocabulary here. Librarians get a bad rap. So again, that means like people think bad about librarians, but it's not true. They get a bad rap, but they're actually nice. So we'll do the review. Professor Peters has a bad rap. He's actually a nice teacher. I know New York City like the back of my hand. I bet I can guess where we're going. You're taking me to a concert. Bingo. I hated snowboarding at first, but now I'm getting the hang of it. Okay. So that is more idioms. We're going to do one more worksheet on idioms, but first we are going to now learn about syllables. So what are syllables? This has to do with stress and intonation. Syllables is probably the most important part of it. So a syllable, well, don't just take my word for it. I'm going to show you a video to explain. If you cannot hear the video, please let me know.
But what are syllables? Syllables are the smaller. And welcome to syllables. In this video, you'll learn that words are broken up into sound parts. You already know that we speak in words, and words are made up of sounds. We speak using syllables, and all words are made up of syllables. But what are syllables? Syllables are the smaller sounds that make up words, and all syllables must have a vowel. Let's take a look at what I mean. Let's try banana broken up into syllable sounds. Ba-na-na. Ba-na-na. How many claps did you hear? Ba-na-na. That was 3. Did you hear it? If you hear the syllable breaks when you read or speak, those are syllable sounds. See how every syllable has a vowel. Another way to understand syllable sounds is to place your hand sounds is to place your hand below your chin and see how many times your jaw touches your hand. Ba, na, na. My hand hit my jaw 3 times, which means that the word is broken up into 3 syllables. Words can have 1, 2, 3, or more syllables. For example, shoe, me, and book all have 1 syllable or 1 sound. Shoe, me, book. Each word has 1 syllable. Shoe, me, book. Words that have 2 syllables are turkey, guitar, and balloon. If you clap twice for each word, that means that there are 2 syllables in the word. Turkey, guitar, balloon. When you read this, you can hear both syllables. Each syllable has a vowel. Words that have 3 syllables are rectangle and telephone. Let's try clapping these. Rectangle, telephone. 3 claps means that there are 3 syllables in each of the words. Rectangle, telephone. Again, each syllable has a vowel. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Did you count the syllables? Did you hear them? Just kidding. Count along as I clap. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. There are 14 syllables as you counted. Paying attention to syllables or sound beats can help you read and spell words. How many syllables are in your first name, your last name, or your favorite character's name? I hope you enjoyed playing with words. Keep practicing phonics on our fun games, and until next time, always be clever.
Okay, so do you understand what a syllable is? I showed you the video because I really struggle to explain it. I think explaining what a syllable is very difficult, but once you understand, it is very easy. So let's do some exercises together to identify syllables. Syllables. Okay, so you see here's another example. And remember that every syllable has to have a vowel. So a word like tea, there's only E, so it has to be one syllable. Tea is one syllable. Boat, same, one vowel, O, boat, one syllable, boat. Apple, people, hamburger, bicycle. Okay. So this is an important note. The sound of a vowel is more important than the spelling. So for example, tree has 2 vowels, E, E, 2 E's. But because it makes one noise, E, that's one syllable, tree. Okay, so let's decide. We'll go through, and is it 1, 2, or 3?
Syllables. Syllables are parts of a word. How many syllables are in a word? That depends on the number of vowels. Apple, a, 2 syllables.
Oh. Okay, never mind. All right. So I will say the word dog. How many syllables? That's right, 1 syllable for dog. Flower, 2, flower. Computer, computer. 3, cheese, cheese, cheese. 1, table. 2, phone. 1, picture. 2, chair. 1. Depends on sunset. 2, tomato. 3. Few more. Tomato. 3. Photograph. 2. Ocean. 2. Okay. And then they split it up into that. Okay. Let's do one more. Okay. So that is all on the first part of syllables, but we are going to do very good. Thank you, Nina. Thank you for your participation. We are going to do one more worksheet on syllables. Give me 1 second, please. Please be patient. Syllables 2. Okay, 1 more second. Okay.
Syllables are parts of a word. The number of syllables in a word depends on the number of vowel sounds. Each vowel sound is 1 syllable. Listen to these nouns. Door. O. 1 syllable. Sofa. O. A. 2 syllables. Family. A. I. E. 3 syllables. Avocado. A. O. A. O. 4 syllables.
Okay, I think we understand. Chama. Okay, another listening.
Helicopter.
How many syllables?
Helicopter.
Very good. Yes, exactly. 3.
Pillow.
Pillow. 2.
Television.
Television. 4.
Eyes. Volcano.
Volcano. 3.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. 4.
Chair.
Chair. 1. We know.
Elephant.
Elephant. 3.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar. 4. And last one.
Toothbrush.
Toothbrush. Easy. 2. Okay, so what does it matter? Why are we learning about this? Well, because syllables are an important part of intonation. If you want to emphasize something, sometimes you need to emphasize individual syllables. So if you give me 1 second, I have one more video to explain this. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry, we are not going to watch the whole video, but this is my last video today. And I want to show it to you because I think it does a good job of explaining stress on individual syllables. So let's watch.
Stress is the emphasis given to syllables in a word. Stressed sounds have a higher pitch and take longer to say. The louder or longer syllable is known as the stressed syllable. For instance, rabbit. Say that after me. Rabbit. There are 2 syllables in the word rabbit, but one sounds louder than the other. Did you notice that the first syllable, ra, in rabbit sounds louder than the second syllable? Now let's use the word rabbit in a sentence. My rabbit loves carrots. Good job! This kind of stress is found in 2-syllable nouns and adjectives. Examples are doctor and peaceful. Now, let's take a look at another word. Collect. Say that after me. Collect. The word collect has 2 syllables, but one syllable sounds louder than the other. Can you identify that syllable? Oh yes, it's the second syllable. This kind of stress is found in 2-syllable verbs. Other examples are begin and prevent. Most 3-syllable nouns, verbs, and adjectives like hospital and beautiful have their stresses on the first syllable, except words that end with jan or shan and other suffixes. Examples include direction, comical, confession. You see that? Good. Now let's talk about intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of a person's voice. It helps to express our emotions and intentions. Your voice is like a musical instrument. When you talk, your voice can get louder or softer, and that change in pitch is known as intonation. Let's take a look at some sentences to understand what intonation really is. I live in Lagos. I live in Lagos. The first sentence suggests that the person lives in Lagos and is not visiting. The second sentence suggests that the person lives in Lagos and not in another state. Intonation can also change a statement to a question. For instance, you want me to stay. You want me to stay? The change in the pitch of the voice at different points changed the meaning of the sentence altogether. Can you now see that intonation is important in English language? Awesome! We have now come to the end of the lesson. Today, you learned about stress, intonation, and how to identify.
Okay, So, one point from that video that I want to repeat. Remember when he said, I live in Lagos? So, Lagos is a country. Let's say if I said to someone, I live in Bangkok. If I want to stress that I live here, not that I am not a tourist, I will say I live in Bangkok. I'm not visiting, I live in Bangkok. Excuse me. If I want to stress that Bangkok is where I live, that I don't live somewhere else. I don't live in America. I don't live in London, wherever. I will say I live in Bangkok. I live in Bangkok. You see? So you can say I live in Bangkok or I live in Bangkok. Another example, if you wanted to say again, I live in Bangkok, but someone thought you lived outside. They thought you lived in Nantaburi. You can say, I live in Bangkok. Last example, if you want to say me, not him, you would say, I live in Bangkok. I live in Bangkok. Okay, I think you all understand. Very good. Now let's do more idioms. So, bringing up the next lesson. We have done a lot of work today, so thank you all for being patient as we are now doing our final activities. Okay. Have a blast. We talked about this one. Remember? To have a great time. Hit the books. We talked about this. It means to start studying. You hit the books. You took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth. Means you said, sorry, didn't share again. Okay, let me start over. You took the words right out of my mouth means you said what I was about to say. I agree with you. Hit the books means to start studying. And have a blast means to have a great time. No doubt means I believe that's true. I believe you. No doubt. No doubt. Slowpoke means a person who moves slowly. Slowpoke. That was also the name of a Pokemon, I believe. And roomie means a person who lives with you, who isn't your family. They're your roommate or your roomie. Okay, next one. If something is music to one's ears, that means someone is happy to hear something. So if you say to me, Phil, you just won the lottery, I will say that is music to my ears. Get along means you enjoy each other's company. Speak of the devil means here is the person we were just talking about. So if you and me are talking about our friend Tom, we are talking about Tom, and then Tom walks in, you say, speak of the devil, it's Tom. Brush up on means to practice something you've learned before. So many of you can already speak English quite well, right? Yeah, I think so. So you will say when you start to study English again that you are going to brush up on. Okay. 1 second. Just got to write something down. Okay. Sorry about that. And then lastly, to think the world of someone means to believe someone is a good person. I'll say, like, you will really like Tom. I think the world of Tom. I think the world of him means I really like him. Okay.
Lesson 5. Hit the books.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Lynn. You must be Eugene.
How did you guess?
Carlos told us all about you, didn't he, class?
All good things, I hope.
Of course. He thinks the world of you.
Carlos and I got along really well in Vancouver.
I'm sure you two will have a blast here in New York as well.
No doubt, but I'm really here to brush up on my English.
That's music to my ears. Please, have a seat. It's time to hit the books.
Carlos isn't here yet? Go figure. He was always a slowpoke on Mondays.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Ah, speak of the devil. Good morning, Rumi. Better late than never.
Okay. So, very good dialogue in this one as well. You must be Eugene means I think you are Eugene, correct? And he says, how did you guess? How did you know? And then when she said, Carlos told us about you, this is what he means. All good things. Like, I hope Carlos told you all good things about me, right? And it's just kind of like joking around. But yeah, like, oh, I hope he said all good things. And she says, of course, of course. He thinks the world of you. He really likes you. Okay, let's do a quick review. Hurry up, slowpoke. You're slow. I think the world of my Aunt Polly. She's a great person. Come to my party. We're going to have a blast. Speak of the devil, Loretta. We were just talking about you. Okay. That is the second last idiom we are going to do. We just have one more, and then we are done for the day. Do any of you have any questions? We're going to do our last activity here in just a minute, but I welcome any questions or comments because we still have a little bit of time. Nothing? Anything at all? Any of you want to talk about? Is anyone doing anything to celebrate Halloween this weekend? I am not. I think I'm too old to celebrate Halloween now. Okay. Let's do one more idiom lesson, and then we are done for today. Thanks, Nina. I'm glad you like it. All right. All right, everyone. I promise this is our last lesson of today. Thank you again for being so patient. We have done a ton of work in the last 3 hours, so I really appreciate all of you being here and being such great students. So these are our last idioms, our last phrases. Run into means You meet someone you aren't expecting to meet. You say, you will never guess who I ran into at the store today. And say, who? Say, I ran into Peter. It was unbelievable. Come down with means to be feeling sick. Like I come down, I think I am coming down with the flu. If you are outside in the rain, you will come down with a cold. No worries means don't worry about it. Under the weather. Oh, sorry. Come down with. No. Under the weather is feeling sick. Come down with is to become ill. That's like, so come down with a cold means to become ill. If you are feeling under the weather, that means you are feeling sick. And if you are in the mood, that means you feel like doing something. Yeah. All right, let's go. An offer to do or participate in something. Rain check is an offer to do or participate in something at a later date. So if someone says to you, do you want to go eat lunch with me tomorrow? Do you want to get lunch with me tomorrow? But you're busy. You say, I can't, I'm busy tomorrow. Rain check. Rain check means like, let's do it a later date. If you read one's mind, you know what someone is thinking. So if you are thinking, I really want to eat a hamburger, you're thinking, I really want to eat a hamburger, and then your friend says, let's go eat hamburgers. You say, you read my mind. You read my mind. Of course, let's go eat hamburgers. There's no time like the present means right now is the perfect time. There's no time like the present. Go do it. Get a hold of means to reach someone for communication purposes. You can get a hold of him at this number. Meant to be. A belief that something occurred because of fate. It is meant to be. All right. Last dialogue of the day. Oh, everyone, sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't using. I'm sorry. I wasn't sharing the screen that whole time. Sorry about that. I'll just show you real quick. Rain check. Offer to do something later. Meant to be means something occurred because of fate. It is meant to be. Get a hold of, to reach someone. Read one's mind, to know what someone is thinking. There's no time like the present. Right now is the perfect time. Sorry, everyone. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen. And then real quick review on this one. In the mood, to feel like doing something. Run into means to meet someone you aren't expecting. Under the weather is to be feeling sick. No worries means do not worry about it. And come down with means to become very ill. Okay, listen to the dialogue, then we're done.
Lesson 20. Meant to be.
Eugene, is that you?
Kayla, I didn't expect to run into you again.
I'm afraid I owe you an apology. I didn't mean to be a no-show.
No worries. I got over it. It's no biggie.
I came down with the flu that day. I had no way to get a hold of you.
Well, that's music to my ears. I mean, I'm sorry you were under the weather.
I'm sorry I didn't have your number. How is the Statue of Liberty?
Actually, I didn't go on the tour. I wasn't in the mood.
Go figure. I'm really sorry. How about a rain check?
You read my mind. When are you free?
There's no time like the present. They're calling for blue skies all day.
Great. I'm ready when you are. I even have my camera on me.
Then I guess this was meant to be.
Okay, very good dialogue once again. So let's review. And then we are done for the day. Is that you? Like, yeah, it's me. I didn't expect to run into you again, to see you again. What does it mean to be a no-show? I didn't mean to be a no-show. That means if you agree to meet someone, you have a date, but you do not go, then you are a no-show. I got over it means I don't care anymore. I got over it. And it's no biggie means it is not a big deal. It's no biggie. It's no biggie. I came down with the flu that day. I had no way to get a hold of you. To get a hold of you. What does that mean? It means to get someone on the phone. Well, that's music to my ears. I mean, I'm sorry you were under the weather. I'm sorry I didn't have your number. Okay, I tour, wasn't in the mood. And then I think we've reviewed everything else. Okay, stopping the share there to say I think that is all for today. Thank you all so much for your participation. This was a lot of fun for me. I know sometimes it can maybe be difficult to follow along or understand me. I appreciate all of you being so patient and being such good students. This is my last time teaching for now, but hopefully again someday in the future. If any of you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Okay, I think no questions. So thank you all very much. We are done today. And I hope to see you again soon. Sawadee Kap.